instead of taking the strings, you put the spokes. That's your keel of your ship for the Atlantic Ocean. You have to have a keel. And that's the current for inshore sailing, where you would take your landmarks. You're talking about, priests or someone that didn't have all that information. But that's the grid and the graph. You see how you construct that? You see the curved side of it? And when I put the two together, right, that's the grid and the graph. And then look at the Celtic designs, all the different Celtic, how man built his city. That's how you do it. You take the string then, and that becomes the pendulum, your straight edge. It's your measuring tape, your plumb line. I put down that in the centre of the ground. Where is she there? And that, you see that? That's the fork. And that's the sun. And that's the moon, with all the knowledge and information going down to planet Earth for our civilization. And you take those as strings. We haven't any sun now. If you see the way I very clearly describe the circle. And that's how they do it. And that string is for. That's all you need. That's all they had. And that's the Abraham and Moses that led the Hebrew people out of the desert. It's the same principle. They had to carry that to know what position they were. And each of those strings, from making that. That's, you see the Celtic cross. Right? There's the cross we said where it came from. And that's, the round side of it. That's it there on that. You have the two. It's a nautical instrument, is what it was. And that's what it's about. The abacus. You put the beads on that, how man learned to count. And how man learned to write, how man learned to write music, all the scales. Pyramids of Egypt. Every way you turn it and twist it. All mathematics, all science, all astronomy comes up on that. But if you put the coin, Ernest Blythe, with 14 strings on the coin.
Where's this originally? Where's this originally?
What? That is the covenant between God and man, with all the information, knowledge for his planet Earth and civilization. For our civilization, it's all on that. And that's what we talked about the Hebrew people. They've lost the covenant, and they dug up Tara looking for it. It's the lost. You hear about the lost symbol and all that. That's it. But what is lost is how you use it or how you turn it. Right, that's pre-Christian. What we call Christian is to do with the old Trinity, I said. It was the sun, the moon, and the planet Earth all coming down for our civilization on planet Earth. How you grow all your fire and biomass. That the moonship controls all the cycles of life. That's the sun sits up in that. That's how you do it. Every child in the country should know how to take that out of his pocket, put it up to the mirror, and see the harp of the soldier. The harp is the national emblem, but the harp is not a legal entity. It's only that. And both houses of the Oireachtas are not properly constituted. They have the sovereign seal on the backs of the chairs in Senatarian, and TDs and senators have to turn their back on the sovereign seal and be subject to the crowning, and so will the courts. It's on the tax of your car, look at it. That's what makes it legal, rather than. And that's what Henry VIII put up on the 8th of June 1541. And it blamed all his misfortune for it. But, and we were talking about the 100 Years' War. That's what Pope Adrian IV, that's what makes it legally valid and bona fides. Put it up to the mirror, see the harp. And the old money, look, that's the sovereign seal. And there's the harp. And you take it off. Because they don't want you to be sovereign citizens, they just want you to be a number of them. They don't want you to know these things. But we shouldn't lose it, that's the point.
Did you put this together yourself?
I'm sure I didn't really know. I inherited it.
You inherited it?
Oh yes. I've been doing it since I was 3. And I was better at doing it at 3.
You've been harping on ever since.
Yeah, and I've been turning it for 46 years. Can you imagine? I'm getting into trouble. But it's that's our sovereignty, you see that.
The Independence Day on the 21st of January every year.
The launching hand. And all licenses are only valid. So you have to have that on the license to make it legal valid. If you went off to a country, where would you go without your passport? And the point about that is, you can go to any British embassy and they have to recognise that because they have it up in their coat of arms. So
So that's why Irish passports are so popular.
Yeah, but there's a
They
reason
sought
for
after
everything.
already.
money.
Yeah, outside the world, and they're very sought after.
Yeah.
Let's look at up at the coat of arms with Crown of England. Look, there's the Fleur de Lis, what we were talking about here, 100 Years' War. And that took every time it's been desecrated. Look at the 4th of September 2008. The GA took off that and replaced it with that, the symbol of the serpent. And look what's happened to the banks, look what's happened to the factories, look what's happened to the country, look what's happened to the weather. Never mind anything else. Let's take that sorted.
GAA medal.
You know. And there's Cromwell, look. There's Cromwell's coat of arms. And there's the coat of arms. Look on the coat of 18th of June 1541. He put it up. You see, we were talking about that. You know, from every time we've been conquered, they've taken over the Irish symbols and used them for themselves.
That's the serpent
And that's
on
why
the GAA medal. Sovereign seal was removed from the GAA medal by MI5 in 2008, September the 4th.
We took that. You're not in it.
The village.
That was the
That's the village.
Didn't he do a good job?
Oh, you did? Oh, you're not finished with it?
Work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
No, but isn't it important to come here and to see where all this comes from? And you can trace it back. They can do whatever spin or tell you whatever lies, but in the end of the day, and the old Trinity, that's the old Trinity, and that's the famous triangle going down to planet Earth. And you speak truth, knowledge, and information. You don't need a crown in your head to do it. But that's what we do in the Mansion House every year. And that's the India's independence came out of there. That's the Indian independence. You see this? You see, look, that's the Harp, but that's the sovereign seal. It's something you take off the base of it. And that's the cabinet room. They won't allow anyone to see into that cabinet room. And isn't that a disgrace? Look at the Trinity there again. And they're the original people that were in the first All Ireland. There with photographs. That's the man who wrote that. And that's our little harp.
Yeah. That's all income taxes all go back to the crown. Yeah, you don't have to pay income tax. It's only voluntary
Right, have
compliance.
you seen enough?
That's our symbol.
Because you're sovereign. We're sovereign. You see, the government have contracted. Contracted with London because sure. Yeah, because what they've done, they have